What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Got to give you guys some updates. It looks like Marcos Chino Maidana fired back at Amir Khan. So let me back the train up and explain what happened. Amir Khan recently did an interview, and he had some things to say about his encounter with Maidana when they fought. This is what Amir Khan said. Maidana was a fight where everybody said Amir Khan is going to lose that fight. I had everyone against me. They said he's going to get beat. It wasn't bringing me down morally. I just had to prove something to people, prove everyone wrong. It's sometimes good to be the underdog because you get to prove everybody wrong. I went in there and beat this guy quite easily by knocking him down and made him look silly. That's what Khan said. And I read about this and I didn't feel like making a video about it. But since there's some dialogue between the two, now it's time for a video. So Khan's basically saying in the Maidana fight, he made Maidana look silly, and he said it was pretty much an easy fight or a one-sided fight. And Marcos Maidana didn't like that. He took to Twitter, posted a picture from the fight, and said, "Amir, Happy New Year, but please, whatever you are on, stop doing it. It's not making you good." That's what Chino fired back with. A lot of people get twisted and confused, like, oh, Pacquiao, Chino, they don't even speak English that great. They didn't put this, or they don't speak English. Like, them dudes are in boxing gyms and whatnot. I'm pretty sure they have people near them who can speak for them or translate. There's apps like Google Translate and stuff like that. So it's a verified account and they have information, then we're going to rock with it. I don't know who handles it or who actually put it, but to me, if you give someone your password, you're pretty much liable at the celebrity level for what's coming out. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, as far as the situation, I would have to agree with Chino. Now, I'm not saying Chino must have a rematch, but this is a fight I would really like to see. And there's a couple reasons. I'm not the type of fan, unlike some of you guys who leave comments and, oh, Amir Khan will outbox the shit out of Chino. Marcos Maidana knocks him out easy. I don't care about that. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. So I don't want to see that. I want to see actual tangible proof of this in a rematch. And I think both fighters have significantly come a long way and evolved with the time. Whereas Amir Khan's with Virgil Hunter now, he's being more economical, but still has some offense, but he's making wiser decisions. Marcos Maidana has definitely improved his jab. His endurance and stamina looks better than when he first fought Amir Khan in 2010. And he's had a lot of experience, even more experience, fought the likes of Josecito Lopez, Jesus Soto Caras, undefeated Broner, gave him his first L, fought Mayweather twice. So both fighters have come a long way. Khan just beat the shit out of Devin Alexander. So I think it's a good match. And again, some people are going to suggest this shouldn't happen because Amir Khan won the first one. Fair and square, he won. I have no beef with the scorecards or whatever. However, that was in 2010. That was pre-Robert Garcia. That was pre-Virgil Hunter. And things change. And if you have somebody who's still in your division or you guys are still competing in the same division and their names are still relevant, then why not have a rematch? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, if he beats Marcos Maidana again, Marcos Maidana 2.0, that tells me a whole hell of a lot more than him beating Devin Alexander. You could say whatever you want. Devin Alexander is a good boxer, but historically, that style has not troubled Amir Khan at all. He does exceptionally well. Kotelnik, McCloskey, Paulie Malignaggi. He does good against that style, but the people who are real tough and rugged and keep coming forward, Lamont Peterson, even though he's not much of a puncher, he made it a dog fight, an inside fight. He smothered and stayed on top of Amir Khan. Marcos Maidana doesn't give a fuck, had no trainer, and was just using pure force and brute force and power to just keep coming. And he weathered the storm. Amir landed a nasty body shot in the first round. So I'm surprised a lot of guys don't get up from that. So it just goes to show you the heart of both of these fighters. And this is a fight, to me, that is more telling than beating Luis Calazo at this point or beating a Devin Alexander personally. Because this is a style that's going to show me how evolved Amir Khan is with Virgil Hunter. Being in there with a guy we know can crack. You know what I'm saying? Mayweather took a nasty flush punch, and Mayweather is arguably the master of defense. And he got caught with a nasty punch in the rematch. in the third round of their rematch. So if Khan were to eat that shot, how is he going to respond? Because big punches have really discombobulated him in the past. So I think this is a good fight, and I agree with Chino. Another reason I agree with Chino is because this was nominated Fight of the Year. Oscar de la Hoya and a lot of credible magazines and stuff considered this the 2010 Fight of the Year. You know what I mean? So you don't get Fight of the Year honors from one-sided beatdowns. Nobody's calling Khan versus Devin Alexander Fight of the Year. No one said Canelo versus Mayweather was Fight of the Year. Rigondeaux versus Nonito Donaire. No one really said these fights were Fight of the Year. They might have enjoyed them, but they're not really Fight of the Year because it was heavily one-sided. It was a wash. You know what I mean? Whereas Marcos Maidana versus Chino back then, pre-Robert Garcia, pre-Virgil Hunter, these dudes went at it and had a war and a Fight of the Year, at least candidate, you know what I mean, depending on whatever fights were out there, then Amir Khan, to me, is downplaying it. If he's saying I made him look silly and I knocked him down and I beat the guy quite easy. And if it was as easy work as Amir Khan's making it sound, then tell me why. Try this. Go to Google, type in Amir Khan versus Marcos Maidana, and then click images. And I'm even using some of the images here. You don't produce images like this in one-sided fights. I challenge you to compare these images that you see on Google and all the photos that they have of this fight versus, let's say, Manny Pacquiao versus Joshua Clottey. You're not going to see pictures like this. You're going to see turtle shell Clottey blocking everything or getting punched upside the head or in the stomach and every which way but loose by Manny Pacquiao. So if it was one-sided, you're not going to see bloody noses and Maidana landing and then Maidana on the ground with the body shot in pain. You're not going to see these types of images because it was one-sided. So I don't think it's as one-sided as Amir Khan is trying to make it out to be. You know what I mean? And again, if you got a guy who's still relevant 4 years later and it's New Year's Eve, so it's about to be almost 5 years, then what's the harm in it? And again, I just want to see telling fights. Maidana is looking for big paydays post Mayweather. He had 2 fights with Mayweather. He had fights with Broner. I don't think he's looking to backtrack per se. I'm not saying it's the right attitude. This is just my thoughts on where Maidana's head's at. Khan, he says he's a big celebrity. He doesn't really want to fight Brook, he said, because Brook is disrespectful, which is a great fight. And that's the number one fight I think Khan should be fighting, because you got a guy banging on your door from your region, from the UK, saying, fuck you, I'll knock you out, let's fight. And it's big money stateside. And for whatever reason, he hasn't really shown too much interest in recent interviews for that fight. So you don't want to fight him. Then you got guys like Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, and Maidana. And really, I think Khan, if he were to fight a few rematches, not all of them, I'm just saying a few rematches is going to tell me what I need to know. I think a rematch with Danny Garcia or a rematch with Marcos Maidana would let me know how improved Khan is. Because if you look at it, Khan has not been faced with basically his kryptonite. The guys who rough him up, land, you know what I mean? Danny Garcia landed a beautiful left, discombobulated him. And Luis Collazo, a lot of you guys are, and Luis is my dude, I'm just being real. Collazo is not a known puncher. Like, and whether he got robbed or whatever, he lost his biggest fights. It is what it is. And if you notice in those big fights, like he wasn't knocking these dudes like senseless and stuff like that. So he's not a big puncher. Him beating Victor Ortiz was great for his career to rejuvenate it. But you see, after the Khan loss, you haven't really heard much from Luis Collazo either. You know what I'm saying? He had an opportunity to fight Victor Ortiz off of a 15-month layoff. Ortiz looked like he could have continued. I'm not the man, so I can't tell you. But he looked like he wasn't separated from his senses, like not senseless. And he just stayed there on his knees, got counted out. And people want to use that as a catalyst for Luis Collazo being a big puncher. And I watch boxing. He's not a big puncher. Same thing with Devin Alexander. That's not his style, how he was trying to fight Khan. He's trying to walk him down. You're not Triple G. You don't have Triple G power. You don't cut off the ring like Triple G. Devin Alexander was following Khan, which is really tailor-made for his style, even more so with Virgil Hunter, because he looks superb doing it in his last 2 fights with just outboxing people. So Maidana is not going to fall for the okie doke. The dude's tough. He's never been stopped. I think it's a great fight, a great rematch. So if Khan doesn't want to fight Brook, I'm all in for him fighting Maidana, fighting Keith Thurman, fighting like a Sean Porter type. Because these fights, whether you rank Sean Porter or whether you think he'll outbox these people easy, I still got to see it because these are the fights that have given him trouble, or the styles that have given him trouble. I mean, even Julio Diaz had an extremely slow start, and he still floored and dropped Amir Khan. And that was still under the tutelage of Virgil Hunter. And then same thing with Chino Maidana. Is his hunger still there after 2 Mayweather losses? Where's his head's at? Maybe Amir Khan will outbox the shit out of him. Mayweather's speed troubled him. Amir Khan is going to be a different fighter than when they fought in 2010. Probably not going to try to fight fire with fire and bang it out if he is hurt. You know what I mean? So it's a good fight, and it's potential to be another fight of the year. So I want to see it. I'm all in, and I think for the winner, this will lead to bigger things and let us know how improved either of these fighters, who are definitely improved, how improved they are. Let me know what you guys think. Drop me a comment. Do you want to see this rematch? Who wins and why? Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.